Hello, welcome. Today I am really excited to do my YouTube channel video because I haven't done one in so long. And I feel like when I haven't done it in a while and I do the first one, I'm just so excited and ready and motivated. So here we go. Let's do this. I have been going back and forth with different topics that I want to do this on, and I keep thinking to myself, like, what makes a good YouTuber and how to kind of create the best and what area I should be putting my time in and all these different things. And I go back and forth and I'm like, okay, this. And then I'm like, you know what? I think what it is just being able to just go and talk and figure out your channel and what it's going to be about when you're just filming and just executing, right? So that's pretty much where I'm at today. I actually already did film something. I filmed a couple little videos because I've been doing my research, and most of my videos are straight through because I think that's what I have experience in, is filming just directly through, and whatever's there is there. But I know when it comes to, I don't know, graphics and making things happen and it looking cool, you know, I could probably edit better and change things and make things, you know, bam. So I don't know, I'm just running through ideas and I'm like, you know what, I need to try that. I need to start filming different things and figuring out exactly how I want to just execute my entire channel and YouTube. And I feel like I'm still at the beginning stages, so I'm like, you know, okay, what makes a good YouTuber? Just being able to pretty much film for an hour straight and just going. And I realized that that's the exercise that I want to do. That's what I want to figure out. I keep saying the wrong word. Figure out is if I can just go for an hour straight. So I hope you guys stay with me for this next hour, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out if I can just keep going. So I'm going to talk with you guys a little bit about what I have going on. I am leaving for LA tomorrow, so I am really excited to go there. I want to take pictures and film and just keep going with my social media adventure, because that's how I feel. I feel like it's an adventure and I feel like I can see where I go. The same with YouTube. I feel like I'm on this adventure and I'm figuring out if I can actually do it. And I'm also realizing that I am still sick, and some words are going to come out a little weird, but thankfully I am not as sick as some of the other people in my house, so hopefully my words sound not sick. But yeah, what I was saying is I'm just so excited for YouTube. So, I have been trying to figure out what I want to do outside and show you guys my outside camming skill. So I think it would be really cool to do a park or somewhere where I can just set up my camera and film and still have like okay lighting. So I've been working on different places, and I've just been kind of like driving around being like, can I do this? Can I film there? Like, is this a good place? And it also comes to me, I'm like, maybe I should just be filming in the car, you know, because that's probably one of the best places to film, except for the lighting changes so dramatically. Like, I actually did try it, and it was unsuccessful. So when I see people filming in their car, I'm like, are you just driving in one direction? I don't know. But it's a whole thing. And I'm going to talk with you guys more about my entire situation with camming and trying to create all my content with everything that's going on. But it is so much harder than I thought. Like, it's way harder. And I realized the time that it goes into just with lighting and setting everything up. I used to have a cam room, and my cam room would just stay the same. I would just be like, okay, I'm walking out, but then the next day I would just walk in and everything was the same. And in this house, it's not the same. I have to take everything down and then restart. But this room has different lighting too as the other one. So it's kind of like this one changes very dramatic with where the sun is. So it's like a whole thing. But I'm learning, and I feel like I'm learning in so many different ways. So I'm going to tell you guys also about the class that I'm taking. So I have been trying to figure out what I want to do. I need something extra. I need something to do. I need something to keep myself busy that's not just like work, 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 because that's what I do. And I'm like, okay, kind of what are my options? What's out there? So I was like, okay, let me start like Pilates, stretching, things that I can do and not get like sweaty, because that's a huge thing. Because once I put makeup on or I'm trying to film this stuff, I can't just go and be like, okay, now I'm going to do like an hour running, because then after it's like, okay, I have to shower, or jump in the pool or do something. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try stretching. I'm going to stretch, feel good, kind of do breathing too, having that like good breathing, exercising, stretching. I'm like, okay, I feel good. And then I'm like, okay, I think it's time to go around people now. So started being more social, talking to more people, trying to figure out what I want to do. Decided to start doing acting classes and being with people. So I got my first scene partner. I'm so excited. I didn't know what to say because I'm new to everything, and I'm doing my first monologue on Sunday. So I'm already really nervous, and it's interesting because when you look at somebody, you don't know their skill on how they are as an actor or actress. You're just like, okay, I just see you now. Like, you're new to me. Are you new? Are you good? Can you do any role? I don't know what I can do. I'm that new. Like, and we kind of talked about what we're good at and what we're not good at. And I'm just like, I don't even know. Like, I'm like thinking of my background. I'm like, I can do short clips of words that can go in any direction, but I don't know. It's hard to know. So I've been really just trying to figure that out, and reading through different like monologues and just really figuring things out. And I've been having so much fun, but just really enjoying it. It has been amazing, and I know that I feel like I can't really say that until I've been to at least like 10 classes, but I've been to a few, so I feel like I can start saying it's cool, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm so into it, so I'm gonna say I like it a lot. And just being a part of a class feels so good, and talking to people and just that entire environment, it's really nice. I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to keep going and just have fun. And the whole class, it's just so many people. I wasn't expecting there to be so many people. So I'm a little bit nervous doing a monologue in front of everybody, but not that nervous because I already saw everybody. I'm weird like that. Like, if I talk to people, I get comfortable. But when I first just arrive and I don't know who's in the audience, that's when I get nervous. So I'm glad that I got to see people and be like, okay, I know all of these people. And then doing a scene with a scene partner is so exciting to me. I've never done that. I don't know why I'm so excited, but I am. So we're picking a scene, and I have no idea what it's going to be. It's a mystery. So I'm trying to figure out what I would be good at. I don't know. It's interesting because one of the people in the class, she just did her monologue, and she's from New York. So I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And then the teacher, he's part Italian. He's also from the East Coast. And I'm like, oh, I just feel so good about going to this class because that's where I grew up, New York. So, and to see and just be around and actually have a teacher that's also Italian just felt so, like, cool, I guess, because I'm so used to being on the West Coast and everything super West Coast, and yeah, it was just nice to get that East Coast vibe. And it was even just, I don't know, I just had so much fun. So I'm just so excited to keep going, and I really hope that I can actually do it. But it is scary to think, okay, you have to read something, remember it, go in front of everybody, act it out, and make sure it's good. So I'm a little nervous, mostly because it's in days, and I know what I'm going to do. I have the first part memorized, but I don't have the second part memorized. And really the second part is the big part. The first part is like 1/5 of the monologue. So I have 1/5 of it memorized. So I really need to go over and then also after do the emotions. So I'm pretty nervous, but I'm so excited. I love just the drive that it's going to take to get it done, I guess, is exciting. My cat is on the floor just going crazy. I can't believe it. So I'm going to keep doing that. And maybe even my acting classes will help me feel better on YouTube. I was overhearing one of the other people in the class say that they have a YouTube channel. So I'm like, okay, this is a thing. This is so cool. I feel like I'm around people who are doing similar things. So I just wanted to share with you guys that about how much I love it and how I am having so much fun, and it's just amazing. So I don't know. I'm waiting for my cat to come in frame because she's getting close, and I can also notice the shadow is appearing. So I wonder if you guys can tell what kind of or what time of day it is. It's getting later. And yeah, tomorrow I leave for LA. So I'm planning what I'm going to eat for the day tomorrow. I'm like looking at the menu. I always do that. I'm one of those people who have to look at the menu before I go to the restaurant. I like to know. I don't want to be surprised. I eat vegetarian, so it is important that at least something is vegetarian. Although I am one of those vegetarians to where I won't freak out if there's meat near it. Like, I know some vegetarians are like, no, don't ever set your flesh near my vegetables. I am not really like that as much because I feel like the environment that I'm in, if that were to be the case, I would starve a lot because everybody in my family eats meat. So they cook with it and I just have to not eat it. And I'm like, whatever. But I did get this quiche the other day. I ordered it and I got a Florentine quiche and it was just layers of ham. And I'm like, okay, this isn't Florentine, But I was like, there's no eating around this. It's just me in every direction. So, yeah, that was like, my dog was really happy because he got to eat pretty much the whole thing. Where is my dog? He's outside. I'm going to mention Rocco also. I can't believe my dog is 7 now. He's 7 years old, and he's a Bernese Mountain Dog. I can't believe I've had him for so long. He is a crazy little guy, or he's huge. I call him crazy little because it's funny because he's so big. And he loves being outside. I live in Vegas, the desert, and he just loves being outside. I don't understand it. I try to get him inside, but he just loves it out there. He doesn't stay in like the extreme heat. It's still spring. But he's out there right now. I'm going to try to get him inside. But it's just so amazing having a dog. I'm going to say it. I love my dog and I love my cats. I have 2 cats. I see Cicely's right there, and Capo, I think, is in the closet. My boy cat he'll like run to the window and like look out it, but for the most part, he's like always in here. My other cat, Cicely, she is everywhere. She is like everywhere. I'll turn around there, she's in front of me right now. She's Shadow Kitty for sure. She will be behind you. And it's weird, even when I have people at my house, she'll be like right there, ready to be like, I'm gonna snuggle you and love you. And it's like, okay, there's a cat pretending to be a scarf on my neck. Like, what's going on? So usually I have to be like, okay, Cicely. But I want to tell you guys about my animals. I am really excited to go on this journey of being able to complete 1 hour going on YouTube just for 1 hour. I want to be able to complete it, and I hope you guys are interested enough to keep watching me pretty much just talk about what's going on in my life. And thank you if you got to this point, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really on a YouTube mission. I really want this to be my existence, and I'm going to keep working towards it and just being motivated. So I'm just going to tell you guys about my lights, especially because that is such a big thing with me. And I'm sure when I'm outside, I'm going to be like, my lights. And then when I'm inside, I'm going to be like, okay, my lights. But even the dark, I'm going to film and just be like, you know what? We're going to do like a nighttime YouTube video, and I'm just going to do it. Which reminds me of something I want to tell you guys, something that I love that I want to do for YouTube. I'm terrified to do it now, but when I was young, we used to do this all the time. And we would go outside and sleep outside on the trampoline. I don't know why. Because there's bugs, and this was in New York, so there was just dew and everything coming, like, why? But we did it, and we loved it, and I really want to do that. I want to do a YouTube video of me spending the night outside on a trampoline. I need to find some people to do this with because I don't really want to do it by myself because I never did it by myself before. I've never just go outside and sleep on a trampoline by myself. So I'm going to need someone to come with me on this adventure. I also am like, okay, what would it be like if I stayed the night in a tent? Like, I really stayed the night in a tent. I don't think I have to go really far. Or maybe I should go really far. I'm trying to think if I should bring pizza. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I feel like I need pizza if I go stay out in a tent because pizza will stay okay for the whole night and I can just keep eating it. I'm like, I feel like I'd be okay. I just needed like pizza, popcorn, I feel like I can't have soda because it will get warm and that would just be horrible. Unless I bring a cooler. I'm like, okay, if I go spend the night in a tent for my YouTube, what can I bring? Maybe it should be a thing where I only bring 10 things. Like, I'm going to make my sister do this one. And I'm so glad because I came up with this while I'm on here with you guys. This is like good stuff. I don't know how that would go down. But I love this idea. I'm gonna really ask my sister if she'll do it with me. I'm like, okay, she says yes, we really have to do it. How are we gonna do this? I need to think of a good place to go. I'm like thinking of the wilderness with no mountain lions on the West Coast. Like, where would that be? I have some good places that I can think of on the East Coast, but I don't know if it would be too big of an adventure if I'm like, okay, we have to do this YouTube video, but we're going to go to New York and do it. I'm not sure if that will entice my sister more or she'll be like, that's too much work. No. Okay, so that's going to be something I work on, is really doing something that's adventurous. And I've been also talking with my sister because I told you guys that she says she's going to do this with me. And I've been like hoping over and over. I'm like, please, 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 just let's film the first one. Once you film the first one, you're going to love it. You're going to be so into it. You're going to be happy. And we're going to film like 10. And she says she's going to do it. So I keep like enticing her with different things. And I'm like, we can do like guess things about the other person and who's the stronger sister and just all these little like fun things that we can do together. And I keep like trying to get her more on board. And I'm like, no, you're going to love this. We're going to have so much fun. So I'm trying so hard with that. But I know she has so much going on. She's doing so many things. And I know she has her own like job and all those different things that she does in life. So I know I can't be like, oh, this is the most important thing to me. It has to be the most important thing to you. But I feel like acting like that is so sisterly. So maybe it's nice to be like, oh, sisters, have that connection. Because that is like something that's really cool, obviously, being able to have a sibling that you're like, okay, we're friends and we're cool and we knew each other since we were alive. So I'm gonna try as hard as I can to make that happen. And I also want to make sure that when I do go to LA, I'm recording. I'm making this happen. I'm going to make it happen. This is my plan. I'm going to record everywhere I go. I'm just going to stay in hotels and have fun and just start recording. So it's starting tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be in LA and I'm staying at such an amazing hotel and I'm going to just keep my YouTube going. I'm not going to stop, and when I go out of the country, I'm going to make sure that I keep doing it too. So I'm taking this so serious. I hope you guys can just tell how serious I am. And I truly believe that if I can go 1 hour talking to you guys and keeping things going, that is a check mark to this first steps of YouTube. There it is. So I'm trying as hard as I can not to look at the clock and be like, okay, where am I at? Am I doing okay? Am I like doing okay? I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna just keep it going and be happy and content. So I want to tell you guys something else. I have been writing what I want to do. Not just in life, but just every single thing. it's so important to do the schedules. Like, so important for me because I always am trying to create as much as I can. But when I have that like check mark next to my creation, it helps me so much more. Like today, I was like, okay, YouTube, this is happening. Taking photos for social media, this is happening. Making sure I clean everything that's in my closet, because that's my downfall. I never know what to wear. This shirt, I don't even know where it came from. It's so old. It's like it possibly could be from another person. I may have stole the shirt. I don't know. I will buy a whole bunch of new clothes and then I'll be like, oh, I don't want to wear this because it's new and I don't want to ruin it. And then it just sits there and gets old, and then I don't ever want to wear it again or at all because I never even wore it. Or I maybe have worn it one time and was like, okay. And then I'm like, this isn't even that cute. Why was I keeping it in my closet as some amazing shirt when it wasn't even that great? So this shirt is just an old one, and I'll grab old shirts and be like, I've had this for so long. This has to be a good one. This is the one. And I'll put it on and be like, it makes sense. It makes sense why I had it for so long. Because it's white and it's not dirty, which is just crazy because white with me, I can't survive with white on. It will be gross by the end of the day. I will spill stuff on myself. Something will happen to a white shirt. But this white shirt has made it. I have no idea how. And I've had it for so long. And what I really like about white shirts, which this is a thing of mine, I always feel like people look really good with a white shirt and jeans. And if we want to go even further, like a light colored shoe or a white shoe, I always feel like that outfit together, you can't go wrong. And you can pair it with so many different accessories that it's just the way to go. So that's the reason why I was like, okay, white top, jeans, let's do this. So that's what I went with for my 1 hour. If I can YouTube the entire thing. I'm so thirsty. I'm getting my drink. Hold on. I'm bringing my salad back. I feel like I'm webcamming right now, completely. I love pecans. So good. Oh my God. So I feel like part of this hour, I need to eat something. So I already filmed a video eating the salad. But I'm like, okay, I have my 1 hour and the salad is right in front of my face. How am I going to do an hour just staring at the salad that hasn't been like fully eaten? I can't. But I will tell you guys that I sit on the phone with my mom for like hours. So I feel like this will be a good challenge for me, or more of an easy one, because I have experience. I ate all the cheese in the salad. So I'm a vegetarian, but yeah, see, like even this, it's like a vegetable, but it kind of looks like meat. It freaks me out. It's weird that I just ate a huge beet. I used to not like them when I was a kid. That was on my list of just like, why would anybody eat this? But now I'm like, okay, they're good. Oh my God. This would definitely stain the shirt. Oh my God. This is dangerous. See, that's what I realized. And that's why I shouldn't wear white, is because I'm sitting here eating beets in a white shirt. This is why I have no white shirts, because this reason. I actually have a lot of white shirts, but I don't wear any of them ever. And they're all brand new. But I'm always like, that one day when I need a white shirt, it's going to be there. But every day that I should wear the white shirt, I'm like, I don't want to get the white shirt dirty. Okay, so good. So I'm like trying to think of the whole process of how they created this type of beet salad. I haven't dropped any of it. I have one leaf left, and it's like the biggest leaf. I'm like, I wonder if I can get it all in my mouth. I have to like fold it into a tiny little piece for it to work. But I want to eat it so bad. Do I attempt it or do I not attempt it? Or do I create it into something perfect that I can just place in my mouth? What kind of girl do you think I am, guys? Okay, I'm doing it. That was a really good piece. That was like just so amazing. Oh my God. Okay. I did it. I created my first YouTube video where I'm actually eating in the video. Okay, I need to go set this, and I can't eat and then not take a drink of something after. Right? Can anyone? I imagine just eating and then like going into a meeting without drinking something after. That would just be horrible. Like, oh my God. That could be like a challenge. Eat all of this food and something that's like so intense, and it's like, okay, then go to a meeting. Oh my God, or go to acting class. Oh my God, that'd be so funny. Okay, so I'm also going to tell you guys something else. I love eating candy and chocolate after I eat. So right now, that's all I'm going to think about. Is I'm just going to be like, oh, I wish we had some candy and chocolate right here. Cicely to my cat. Cat's not going to eat it, but... So I feel like I feel good about my YouTube experience right now. Like, I have to be, I think, halfway to an hour. I'm not going to check. I can't really check, but I feel like I'm getting close. At least halfway. So I'm going to move on. What else am I going to tell you guys? So I got a new car, and I've been driving it just on the highway back and forth, just as like part of my relaxing, just windows down and good music. I connected like the Bluetooth, so it's just YouTube, all the videos that I like listening to. I have been just playing those and going up and down, and just really rocking out, which was just a nice week for me. Yeah, I also realized that it was like $100 to put gas in the tank, and I was like, this is weird. But I'm not going to complain because it was a really nice ride, and I think it's nice too when you just have that alone time in your car driving. You almost just seem at peace. And I definitely just felt really peaceful and happy. So I'm going to make sure I do that probably once a month. Just take a drive, have that moment to myself, and this time too in LA, just have that moment to myself, do something, just feel like the fresh air outside. It's just, I feel like this is the time when it's the beginning of just the warm weather and spring and all those just amazing things. So I'm so excited to just go through all of that and feel all of that. I'm ready for that. And doing it with people, I want like an Amorosa salad. I don't know if you guys have ever had one of those. It's just all of everything that's spring, like maraschino cherries, pineapple, coconut. I think there's pecans in there, or walnuts, maybe one or the other, with marshmallow. I'm like, what am I forgetting? Just all mixed in there. And oh my God, it's so good. And I haven't had it in so long, and I feel like I need to make that. Maybe that should be a YouTube video. I'm still doing the pizza one. I'm not going to forget doing the pizza one. So when my pizza YouTube video gets uploaded, I'm going to be so proud of myself. I'm going to go and just celebrate just for that pizza YouTube video, because it just shocks me how there are people that don't know how to make a pizza, and it's just so easy to make, and it's so inexpensive, and it tastes so good to just make your own pizza. So, and you can use any oven. Well, actually, you can't use any oven, but for most ovens, as long as it gets to a good temperature, then, yeah. I mean, I feel like you could probably use fire, and it would come out delicious. So, yeah, I can't wait to show you guys my pizza idea. And I'm going to create more challenges for myself, YouTube challenges. I think that's what my path should be, is just to be, I don't know, challenged. And with this whole challenge of me talking for an hour straight on YouTube has already been so enjoyable to me. I was actually telling my sister this exact thing. Is I was like, you should go on just like a voice system where you can record yourself and just talk and say things that you want to do and create your schedule. And I usually write it, but just to voice out what you want to do, I was like, it has helped me so much. So I was like just giving her like that little like older sister advice that I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna throw that in for you. And my sister, she's kind of like, I think more of the person that's like, she likes to do things her way, which I feel like everybody does, but I don't know, some of the things that I say to her, I'm just trying to like make conversation and talk to you and be a part of your life. So, but that was one of them that I said. And I am just so impressed by the weather today. I have the door open and I can see the breeze just coming in. And it's one of those days where there's no clouds either. It's just bright and sunny, but not too warm and windy. And I'm like, oh, it just feels like such paradise. And I don't know, I just enjoy the West Coast so much, especially the sun, how bright it is and how strong it is. I was thinking this morning, I was like, I think I have an addiction to the sun because it's so nice. And I just lay out there and I'm like, and I feel the sun, and it's just so nice to just have that relaxing feeling of just the sunshine. I don't remember it being like this where I'm from. Obviously not as strong because we're down west, or we're, more south. But yeah, the sun is just so strong and nice in Vegas. And I love how I can just lay out there and in 10 minutes, it's like, okay, I'm tan. It's just the best feeling to just lay out there and relax. And I'm going to keep planning more things outdoors. I got so many of those like floaty type, things for the pool. I think I have a unicorn and one that's like kind of like a bed that you sit on. One's like pink, and I'm like, oh, it's so relaxing and nice and just enjoyable to just be out there. And I don't even think I'm gonna put it in the pool, but I'm like, I don't even really have to have it in the pool. I can just put the floaty right there in the grass and lay on it wherever the sun is hitting, or not hitting as much, or kind of, I don't know. I have this one tree that goes over on the side of the pool, and I always love sitting under there. It doesn't really work for pictures, but just for being under there, it's just so nice and relaxing. I'm probably going to do that today. Something relaxing outside. But my mission is for sure these YouTube videos. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to just keep going. I'm still playing like in my head how much I want the candy, so I'm gonna go get it. Okay. I got chocolate covered blueberries. They're so good. I tried to eat all like fruit and chocolate for my desserts, or nuts and chocolate. I was eating vegan ice cream yesterday. So good. It sounds weird, but it's so good. Oh, the hummingbirds. That's another thing I want to do for YouTube. Sorry. Create my own chocolate covered fruit. I could eat the entire container of these. Oh my god, so good. I'm sorry, I feel so bad. I'm like, oh, these chocolates are so good. Oh my god. I have an hour. So we're going to go through like my entire life of what I eat. I will tell you guys, I am still at my 95-pound weight. I'm so proud of myself. I don't really diet anymore because I already hit my weight. Now I just kind of live. I'm sure that I get full faster, but I don't really notice it. So it just feels so good being able to, I guess, lose weight and be able to just keep it off and not think I'm going to gain weight. I don't know. Because as you guys are seeing, I'm sitting here eating chocolate and I just ate a salad, even though it was a beet salad. And that is another thing that I realized after losing the weight that I lost. Now, not only when I eat, I get full a lot faster. Even if I eat like a bunch of beets and lettuce and stuff, I'm still just like full. So it's weird how, you know, you train your body to do things and it does things. I guess I trained my body to get full faster after not eating through dieting and exercise and all that, and I guess it worked. So yeah, I'm so happy. I also have peanuts and chocolate. So that's what I'm thinking about now. There was like the blueberries and then there was peanuts and chocolate, and I'm like, go with the blueberries, go with the blueberries. But after I ate the blueberries, now I'm like, should I run and go and get the peanuts and chocolate? Oh my god. I'm thinking about it. Okay, I'm gonna go do it. Oh my god, they're so good. I just read the label. And they're peanuts and toffee. So good. I don't want them to melt. The other ones were dark chocolate and blueberry. These are milk chocolate, peanut butter, and toffee. So I'm not going to eat as many as these. Although I didn't count. Oh my god, they're so good. Highly recommend these. Hopefully I can still fit in my pants. Oh my god. I'm in love with these. Okay, so blueberry, dark chocolate, peanut butter toffee, milk chocolate. I'm going to go with this one. Milk chocolate, toffee, and peanut butter. Oh my God, so good. Wow. That's what I need to do too for my YouTube, is I'll be like, I'm going to taste this, I'm going to taste this. Which one's better? Oh my God. That's such a good idea, but I would eat so much food. Okay, but I'm gonna do that. Because I think that's a good one. Or maybe I can be like, this is this and this is this, whatever. Okay, so after eating the blueberries and the peanuts, I just want more of either one. But I'm at that, remember how I just was like, after you eat something, you want to drink so bad. That's all I'm thinking about right now, is I'm just like, I'm really thirsty. Oh my God, you guys. I have to do it. I have to get a drink. Okay, better. The only issue that I had with that is that it was kind of an old drink, so it wasn't as tasty as it could have been if it was colder, but I'm not going to overthink it. So I've been also creating more lists on things that I want to do and places that I want to go. And if anybody has a good location I should visit, or you have been on vacation there and you're like, this is the place, please write it in my comments. I've been really just talking to people and being like, oh, where do you vacation? Where do you travel? What places do you like? And some of the answers were, you know, different, and, you know, the Maui, like, of course, yes. But I've had people say South America, Europe, pretty much everywhere. So I really am just going to start looking, and whatever one feels good to me, and like, that is something I need to go do, is once a year pick a location that I've never been to. I've been to Maui, but just really pick one that I've never been to and been like, okay, this is the place. I'm going to put all of my energy towards coming up with a great vacation plan, and just having, I don't know, good ideas on what I want to do there, and just have fun. And I'm sure some of these places are just going to have amazing food. That's all I think about. When I'm like on vacation, I'm like, what are we going to eat? Do they have a menu? Is it in English? I actually shouldn't be hungry because I just ate. But I'm just one of those people where I do think about food a lot, maybe too much. But I feel like I'm really close to the 1 hour mark. I wonder, right? Like, I wonder if I actually am that person that can just talk for an hour straight. And I feel like I should probably stop talking about it. I'm like, is it like cheating me talking about the 1 hour? Like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I feel like this is one of those dates, you know, where you go with somebody, or not even a date, just hanging out sometimes with people. And you have to be like, okay, we're going to have a great conversation and talking. And then you're like, so who are you again? But it's like, this is on a level of you're like talking to yourself, and you're like, who am I? Am I the kind of person that's this way? Am I this way? But I feel like it's just so similar with, you know, talking to you guys on YouTube as talking to other people. But it's weird because actually I am better at talking to you guys on YouTube than I am at talking with other people. Just yesterday, I am trying to make appointments for my branding and packaging. And I'm writing my list of stuff. And I'm like, okay, I have this person to call, this person, all the companies that I like. And I'm going through and I'm trying to do multiple things at once. And then one of their receptionists is like, oh, I can put you through to a designer right now. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute, what's happening? She put me through the designer. And I just stumbled. I was like, wait a minute, which company is this? Because I was more expecting them to be like, what's your email? What's your name? What's your number? But once they sent me over to someone immediately, I was just like, I have nothing to say because I wasn't expecting this. But with a camera, I guess, or YouTube, if it's like, turn on, go. I'm like, okay, I'm going. Today is a great day. It's sunny outside and there is not a cloud in the sky. So we're moving on to the weather, and then we're going to move on to the weather in a different state. Like, I'll come up with whatever. But it's definitely, I guess, a little bit more challenging when there's like a person who's like, okay, what? Who are you? What? I'm like, oh my God, no. Like, that's way more scary than me just talking to myself. And then if I'm like, I don't like the way this conversation is going, restart. You can't really do that in front of a person. You can't be like, okay, I messed this up. I'm just going to go home. And then tomorrow, can we do this over? Because you really only have one shot with a person, where on a camera you can do it like 5 or 6 times and no one's going to know. So I think that's probably why. Or maybe it is just like this day and age. Maybe we're all like that. I wonder how many of us have tried to just have conversations with ourselves on our like phones. Like, I wonder if we all can do it. We're all like, wow, we have better communication with our phone than we do a new person. But that's why I am in my classes, so I can be more social and talk with people and not just be like social media and I need to take 1,000 pictures and I need to take videos and I need to do all these things, because if I don't do all these things, I'm going to fall behind. And then if I fall behind, like that whole situation is just intense. It's weird because I also notice little things that I do. Like, whenever I see it on TV, it'll say, like, clicks tongue. And I'm always like, and I realize I do that all the time. I'm going to try not to do it, but then I always start spitting all over the place. I'm like, maybe there's, like, a reason I do it. But I've noticed it so much. Every time I, like, look through my videos, which I'm one of those people where I do not like looking through my videos. Like, don't make me look through them. I don't want to look through them. I want to just upload them and be like, okay, whatever is there is there. Like, if it's me saying something dumb, well, I watched it, I watched it as I was saying it, and I didn't catch anything. So it must be good enough to just go on up there. So, I don't watch myself, but I did, and I heard, like, this, like, and I'm like, oh, no. I also have that you know thing that I do, and it drives me crazy because I hear other people do it. And they'll be like, you know. So that's one thing that I'm working on. Having just those little statements, I feel like are, I don't know, sometimes a bit annoying, and I'm trying to not be, especially because I'm talking for an hour straight. So I'm like, okay, that's a way to annoy somebody, is just to keep going on for an hour talking about whatever they want to talk about and just being like, okay, this is great. But I think that if maybe like someone listens all the way through for 1 hour straight, I'm like, maybe like they like are like my mate. You know? I'm just kidding. Like, maybe we're like two of the same people or something. Like, maybe we have some kind of connection. That's another thing that I've been noticing in life. Or more that I'm realizing is that I can't push connections with people, and I have to just let things be like organic and just move with the wind and be like this way. Because sometimes I am that person where I'll be around somebody and then I'll be like, okay, I want this person in my life more, or I want to speak with this person, or all these things. But sometimes you can't, because sometimes people just don't mesh. And I think that everybody has their different ways of living too, especially if, you know, some people are really different. And what I kind of mean is I'm, you know, always filming and doing these things. So when I'm around people who aren't filming and aren't doing things like that, it's kind of like, you know, different, because everyone has their own like schedule and way to do things. And sometimes being like, okay, you're trying to, you know, coexist with people who are doing different things than you sometimes can be challenging. I guess that's all I mean. But I'm trying to overcome any boundary but still understand that not everybody is going to fit with you, and be okay with, you know, everything, and just, I don't know. I guess I'm also just working on that whole like confidence. And I think the older that I get, the more confident I am in myself, but it's still something that I guess everybody kind of like goes through life figuring out. Some people get it faster than others. I don't know. So I've just been kind of working and thinking about that kind of stuff. And I also think that I'm getting really close. And I don't know. I just have this emotion of just being so thankful to anybody who cares to listen to anything that I have to say. Like, oh, thank you for that. I need to create some amazing content, and I need to work through and do just like great challenges. I'm also realizing for this challenge, I didn't even set a timer to be like, oh, you're at the 1 hour mark. Congratulations. You just YouTubed and talked about nothing for an hour. People probably don't like you now because you just yabbled on for an hour, but I feel more confident in myself. So also, I'm realizing that I just ate a lot of beets and a lot of chocolate, and my stomach kind of hurts. So why did I do that? I do another thing where if I'm like recording, I think I eat too much because I'm excited to be like, yay, I'm like here, and you know, I feel like I'm around people, so I'm gonna eat. And I'm sure that I would have ate like 1/3 of this if I wasn't filming. So I'm like, oh my god, I ate so much. I just really hope that I can create some good stuff. And I'm going to tell you guys some more things that I have going on. I've been really working with my new computer. I'm on such a mission to be able to create and edit and do all these things, which I already said. I'm not sure if I said on this video, because I forget sometimes. I'm like filming like 3 different videos, and I'm like, I like this one, I don't like that one, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going back to talking about something that I already talked about, or did I? So I forget. So, yeah, I have been working on branding and packaging, which is mind-blowing. I had no idea really about it. I am learning so much, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do a logo. So I downloaded what I need to. I'm editing. I'm like, I can do this. I'm like, this is a lot harder than I thought. I'm one of those people where I'm like, oh, there's a dress. I can create that dress. And it's like, no, stop it. Don't think that. And I know I can't think the same thing for packaging and branding. I know I can't be like, I can package and I can brand anything, when it's like, no, stop it. So that's something about myself that I need to work on, is not just thinking I can do things, and limit myself and pick the hats that I want to wear. I cannot wear every hat. That's something that I struggle with. I want to wear every single hat and be like, I can do everything. I can do anything and I can do everything. Let's do this. What needs to be done? And I need to be like, no. Pick your 4 hats and wear your 4 hats. Your 4 hats will be clean and your 4 hats will be organized and your 4 hats will just be tidy and nice and good hats. So I've been really trying to organize my hats and what I want to do. And I must say, YouTube is by far what I want to do. So I'm going to keep planning stuff and just try to keep being happy and motivated at work and writing stuff, scheduling stuff, and completing challenges. So if anyone has any challenge that you want to see me do, feel free to comment. I will be taking all the comments in the world and reading every single one and being so thankful that I got that comment. I'm going to check where we are on time, because if I go over an hour, I'm going to be shocked by life and be like, I did it, oh my God, celebration. But I'm also scared that I'm like, maybe it won't even hit an hour, and I'll be like, you shouldn't do YouTube anymore. You just suck. So I'm not going to leave motivation, or I'm not going to stop being motivated to do this. But I'm going to make sure that I do these clips. And the clips where I clip, and then I put it all together, and then I'm like, yeah, this is me. This is me outside. This is me in the garage. This is me in front of the TV. This is me in the bedroom. This is me. I have a lamp. Like, all those clips. But them, really cool, because that didn't sound that cool. But something, really cool, maybe not in my house, but maybe in, every, cool place in a city. Okay, now I'm going too hard. Let's tone things down. I'll keep it in my house, but I'll pick every, cool spot. I did get a really cool mirror. I want to show you guys it, and I got this light that just says love over it, and it looks so pretty, and I love it, and it's just, especially when it's lit up and it's dark, which I'm doing that. I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to do the same challenge, but an hour at night, which this could be a thing. This could be a thing. Doing a YouTube challenge of just being able to YouTube for an hour straight. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I feel like I need to do something to be different. I'm going to talk over here, and then I'm going to go over here. Okay, I'm going to stop being weird, because I'm sure I've been called weird too many times in my life. And that's probably why I don't have as many friends as I feel like I should, because I'm really weird. And I'm the kind of person who can talk to themselves for an hour on YouTube. But maybe it's a good thing, because maybe I'm meant to be friends with all of you guys. And we are meant to just find each other in this alternative universe of the internet. Okay, things are getting weird. But I like weird. I love weird. I consider myself a wannabe witch. I feel like I have that passion for just wanting to be like a witch inside me. I think witches are super cool. The whole everything. I love being a witch for Halloween. And it's always funny when I'm a witch and then my sister's a cat. And it just makes me laugh a little bit. Because she loves being a cat. That's her thing. She loves wearing just a black outfit and being and cat ears and being like, I'm a cat. And it's like, that's the best Halloween costume, but you can't be it every year. Okay? You did. You picked the best Halloween costume, but you wear it every year. Stop it. I'm sure she's going to be a cat this year. But it is a good outfit. I'm not going to deny it's a good outfit. But, Bewitched sometimes. I'm going to whisper too sometimes because I feel like whispering is really cool. And I probably need a mic for it. So I need to get really close for you guys to hear me. But I'm going to do that too and just do like a tons of like whispering cool things to say to you guys. And hope that this isn't against the rules. Okay, I'm done with the whisper. Okay, so now I feel like I need to whisper, like it's like something's going on. I feel like I'm close to that 1 hour mark, and I feel like it's such an accomplishment. Why am I so like freaked out over it? Because I'm so excited. Because I just want, I am that person where I love doing things and wanting to be successful and wanting to be a part of things. And I don't know. I feel like YouTube is such an accomplishment and I love it. I really love YouTube. I love that anybody has a voice and anybody can create a channel and anybody can do anything. And it's just open land. So, and then on top of that, you can get advertisement. It's so amazing. So I just want to be a part of it so bad. And that's why I am like, I'm going to do a 1 hour on YouTube challenge to see if I can do it. And I'm going to check after this video. So after this video, the lighting or things may change a little bit. But it's just because I'm checking and I have to take my phone off the hook. And I'm so excited to get YouTube friends. I'm so excited to get YouTube friends. And that's one thing that I'm going to do next time I go to class is I'm going to make a YouTube friend. I need to create my own like challenges in life. I used to do this when I was young. So like when I turned 18 years old, I was like, I'm going to challenge myself. I need to find people who are like me. And I would do that. And I haven't done it in a while. I've been kind of like a little bit just kind of like, you know, focusing on what it is. And right now you are it. You can create your own future. Really, that's what it is. Through YouTube, through so many different things. Even just, you know, doing voice calls from your phone, or there's just so many jobs now that you can just do at your house, and extra jobs and making extra money, not even at your house, but just doing things. So I always feel like that's like the challenge of our time, is just being able to have that extra thing about you and being able to just love it and have it. If it's drawing, or if it's creating videos, or if it's anything, writing, whatever. I feel like we all have that like little special thing that makes us glow, I guess. And when you don't have it, you're searching for it. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that, but that's just how I think. I think it's so important to have that special little thing, either looking for it or having it. So I'm going to have my little special thing. It's going to be you guys. My special little thing. I just think a square because, you know, sorry. You guys are probably like, why are you doing that? But I think that, I don't know, I'm going to get as comfortable you guys as possible. My bones crack so dramatically. I'm going to just not even like, actually that was all good. I think I like already cracked everything probably like 5 times. I crack all my bones. I just like move and they all like crack. Like, I didn't know there's always that person that does it when you're just like sitting there and then all of a sudden you hear all this like boom, boom, boom. I think I see like a bee in my room. Not good. Hopefully the bee will get out. I have my screen door and my cat like circled a hole in it, so now flies can get in. So I need to get a new screen. And I feel bad for, it might be a bee that's flying in my room because my cat is probably gonna get it. So, probably gonna have an issue in a little bit. But I'm gonna also stop worrying so much about the lighting because I see other people that film and they're like, oh, the lighting's not, great, but they still film. And I'm like, oh, the lighting's not good. No, goodbye. And I know I need to not be like that. I need to be more like, okay, the lighting's not good. I can deal with that. Whatever. I do the same thing with my outfit. I'll be like, okay, my outfit, it looks stupid. And then I switch like 5 times. And I'm like, okay, well, this all sucks. And it's like, well, who cares? Go in there. Stop being a weirdo and caring about your outfit and different things like that. So I'm definitely going to work on that. I have also been thinking about doing some kind of like hard candy, like tasting thing. Oh my god, I feel so bad for this bee that's stuck in my room right now. It's so weird. I wish I could move my camera to show you guys this bee that's in my room. But, oh, my cat's interested. I'm like, I don't know if I should. I'm sure it'll fly back out. So I'm going to stop thinking about it. And check my time because I'm sure I'm probably at like 45 minutes at least. I'm so excited to be on YouTube. I know I need to film something good, but this is like my starting point right now is being able to feel comfortable enough to film because that really is it. That is it. And I'm going to keep telling you guys, oh, I'm so close to getting out. So close. I am also going to invite other people to film with me. So I'm excited to be able to ask some people to film, but it's still one of those things where it's like a challenge to feel comfortable enough to like communicate with people, and especially it's like, okay, after you ask them, like, let's film together, it's like, okay, but where are we going to film? And then what are we going to film? Because YouTube, you have to create something before you get on, except for this. I didn't create any of this because I'm just going to do a 1-hour challenge. But I think it's pretty important to create topics and at least the way to kind of do things so that way people aren't just completely losing interest, which I'm sorry, this video is probably the worst video I will create just because I have to talk for an hour straight. Like, it has to happen. It has to happen. Like, it has to happen. And I'm going to look at my eyes too and I'm like, oh my God. I probably should have fixed my hair and my makeup a little bit before I started this hour-long video. But I'm not going to overthink it. And I'm going to even tell you guys that I am not good at hair and makeup. I wish I could do better hair and makeup, but I just can't. I think being able to do hair and makeup is a gift. And I just think that it takes a lot of like creativity. Like, I can just put it on, but that's as far as it goes. When it comes to like eyeshadow and people do all these like, oh, this is like no makeup. I'm like, that's pretty good. Like, that, can you put that on me? Because I just want to look like that every day. Can we make this like a permanent, the bee's so close, thing? Okay, guys, I'm going to check right now and see where I'm at time-wise. And if I am at an hour, I'm going to be so excited. If not, I'm going to be back. But thank you guys so much for watching my 1 hour Can I Talk to Myself challenge. If you guys don't see more, that means I'm at the 1 hour. But if I'm back, that means I'm not. So We'll see what happens.